PSP Podcast, Sakura-con 2010. I'm Osmond. This is Theo. We are here in Seattle, Washington. We just got out of the movie premiere of Trigun, Badlands Rumble. It was a great movie. It was awesome. What do you think of it?
It was a great movie. I think it was fantastic, and essentially how the panel started was instead of having the Q&A session last, they were actually having the Q&A session first. A little odd.
Very odd.
So they had the director, Satoshi Nishimura, character designer.
Character designer was Takahiro Yoshimatsu.
Okay.
Yes.
So both of them were there, and essentially it was just this very simple, very plain.
It was about 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was very simple.
Roughly just introductions about the film. Thanking their fans. It could be without the American fans. It was very brief, and there were a few questions afterwards, but they weren't too relevant. Some things about the designs, and from there we move on, to the movie.
Yeah, the movie was the basic premise of the movie. It takes place within the main story-wise. It takes place within the TV series, but the initial first 10 to 20 minutes or so, I think it was 20 years before that. So it was introducing some characters that we see later in the series, and there are two new characters that are introduced to the movie. One is Gatsu, who is the great thief. He wants to steal everything in the world, and it's up to Vash and his posse to stop him. And then we have another character who is like the silent girl character. She's mysterious. Her name was Amelia, and later you learn her story throughout the show. The movie itself was pretty, very much action oriented. There was a few story elements, but we wouldn't be able to understand anything because, of course, the movie is a brand new movie, world premiere here. It's all raw. There are no subtitles, no nothing, and the fans, even the place was packed. Even though fans knew that they probably weren't going to understand that much, maybe get the general idea, but it was pretty good. But overall, I mean, a lot of action, a lot of comedy. You see the cat pop up, the famous Trigun cat.
Right.
It popped up in the weirdest moments. 3 times. You see it 3 times.
Maybe you can spot more. Maybe.
Yes, you can spot them. It should be like a drinking game. Spot the cat.
So, continuing on that note, as Ozzy mentioned, that the video was actually, the entire movie was unsubtitled. Essentially, this is the world premiere in the United States, something very unlikely and very rare that doesn't happen. So we are actually seeing it, a good few months before it even airs in Japan. So, no one's ever seen it. You could probably call it, instead of a world premiere, you might want to call it more of a screener. Shown here.
Yeah, I would call that too. Later, the movies they mentioned in the Q&A that the movie will be released in America in a Blu-ray HD version. The version we watched was just a standard
a
DVD copy, basically, run on VLC, out of all things.
So, going a little quickly back on the story of the movie. So, apart from the stories, the thing I found most interesting was that there were lots of scenes, the slower scenes, where the characters would be walking along the streets and talking. The fantastic thing is that the camera will pan and show the scenes of other locations and other areas. You see a lot of characters in the movie. All these characters, they're very lively. They are very active.
Yes.
They will be talking in this corner. People here, camera will pan over here. People drinking bars, people talking, people fighting. It's a very lively.
It's not like the old TV series where it's a lot of still frames.
Right.
It was like old, it came back in the 90s, right? Mm-hmm. Like very, very still frames, and then you hear like a monologue and then very few action. This one was pretty animated the whole time. There was a lot of action on screen. You would see there's a bar fight scene where you see a lot of people, a lot of movement, a lot of comedy. You see everyone moving, even in the streets. It was very lively. Yeah.
So the movie, I would say, it is definitely for the fans.
Very much.
For the fans will definitely enjoy this movie.
Yes.
However, the only thing I did find was that the movie is a little bit predictable. You've seen enough movies, probably read enough books. You've seen
enough westerns.
Yeah, you'll get the general idea.
Yes.
Apart from that, it was a great movie. Okay, I don't know if you guys can actually hear that in the background, but
There's a dance going on right
There's
now.
a dance,
Yeah.
and I know obviously for all you 4chaners right now, you can definitely understand it's the unicorn game on Adult Swim if you recognize the music in the background. But anywho,
Yeah.
random tidbit.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Well, then you can check out our full review of the movie on our website at www.tiono.net. And that's about it. Right?
You
So
can check out the, our other coverages. We have other things. Interview
future.
also with Dazzle Vision.
Yep, check out that.
We got some other coverages. We also will have a full transcription of what happened in the panels and
Yes.
more. Again, on our website at www.t-ono.net. Again, that's t-ono.net.
all right, on that note, I'm Osmond. This is Theo.
All right.
And we will see you guys in another episode.